Hello, everyone. Welcome to Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Monday, so it is time for coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations with the Biz Chicks. I'm here with my friend and colleague, Francine Gregory, all the way from Sacramento, California. She is the entrepreneur of real estate and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we are the Biz Chicks. We want you to sit back, relax. And also we want to remind you that it's First Mondays. We're going to be live over here in Sacramento, California at the Art and Fair Mall today. So pack your bags and come on over and enjoy a cup of coffee, relax, network, get to meet some wonderful business people and share what it is you do and how you serve. So with that, we're going to get started today. How you doing today, friend?
I am doing really, really well.
You
This
look nice
is,
and relaxed.
yeah, I'm out here deciding to use what I have. I got a
Hmm.
nice backyard. There's a very nice breeze. It was 108 yesterday, but today it is so much better. I think it's like 63. So I decided, we're going to be outside. So,
Sounds like a great plan.
yes, today's conversation is all about refirement.
Okay.
Right,
Refirement.
refirement. Uh, there's a lot of talk about retirement, changing jobs, moving about the planet in a different realm. And we wanted to talk about that because sometimes we have to have a plan for where you land
Mhm.
next. Um, okay, so the millennials and the Gen Zs, they don't do the whole 40-year one
No,
location.
they're not trying to do all of that.
You're good if you get 6 months, one location, which is okay.
Hmm.
But for where, for some people that are in this space, there's a lot of people are having retirements. We just went to a retirement party on Saturday. I've
Yes.
seen some things where people are retiring, um, and I just got to thinking, how do you do that well? What are
Mm.
some things that can be done? What's because it's a transition from one stage of life to a different stage of life, and there has to be a plan for that next stage.
Mm.
So you
Okay.
can't just drift into the next segment without a plan.
Well, that's real. I'm thinking that, oh, we got a comment over here. Good morning, Janice. How you doing this morning? Yeah, we're talking about refirement. In other words, how do you get back in the game? Because we are not our parents. Our parents used to retire, sit on the porch, and in a couple of years they were gone because we didn't have all of the different um, health um, things that make us helpful, and we just weren't able to do that. Do you want me to take the other one out, Fran? Okay, there you
Okay,
go.
there we go. I
Yes.
don't know what was happening. It's something was probably happening with Xfinity,
With the
but
signal.
I'm back.
Mhm, mhm. But Janice is in here. She said good morning, and several others. And I was just explaining, we don't have the same type of confinements or restricted thoughts about retirement that our parents had. There was a time when people wore their bodies out because it was more industrialized society, and it was transitioning from agriculture. There were things going on that put wear and tear on the body, and we didn't have a lot of the medical advances that we have right now that are keeping us healthier, more vital. We learned some things
Hmm.
about smoking and different things, and we stopped. You know what I mean? Drinking, and we stopped. You know, things that were affecting us and taking us out of here early. So now here we are, vibrant, healthy. We've worked our careers. Um, and now the question is, what's next? Oh, and Mark has a comment. He says one of the biggest mistakes is made in terms of satisfaction and fulfillment is beginning the planning process with what you think you can do versus starting the exploration with what you want. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I was referring to when I got interrupted.
Morning, Dr.
Um,
Tachi. Go ahead.
having where are you going to land next,
Hmm.
and having that plan, and like Mark said, uh, what you think you can do versus what do you want to do, not what you, well, I think I can do this, because there's a lot of people who are standing in line at Walmart or doing some other things when they have so much, they want to be doing something else perhaps,
Hmm.
and
Mm.
perhaps not. What do you want to do in your next chapter?
You know,
And
this reminds me. Remember the PBS show with the two grandmothers that went to Africa or something, and they were traveling around on safari. And I think they had a PBS show, but uh, they were retired, and I think they were two school teachers. I don't remember exactly, but they were two grandmas, and they took off and just started exploring.
who says that you need to stop once you stop one job? Again, we talked about millennials. They're not staying 40 years in one place.
Mm-mm.
So, which means you probably get a different skill set as you move around. But most people are not doing that. So
And
we need to,
and
and Janice says, who says you can't stop? You can. But if you stop, you
what are
still
you
have to have,
transitioning to?
right, what's the next step? Because you can't stop cold, if that's a good way to put that.
You can't
Because if you
stop what?
stop cold, just stop
Oh.
and do nothing. Just, okay, I'm just going to stop. Now you can stop and take a rest, like we talked about with high schoolers, where they take a gap between, if in between coming out of high school, they take a gap year, then they go into college, they decide what they want. You have to have some type of vision. Uh, there has to be some type of destination for your life. You can, there's no, you, when, and we're not talking about taking a, I believe Janice is talking about taking a
Well,
break.
Janice says if you stop, you won't die. No, we're not talking about that, Janice. We're talking about, do you have a plan for when you come out of the marketplace? You may want to go back into the marketplace as something else, or you may want to travel or take care of your health. The question is, what is the plan? Is the plan to, focus on you for a change? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Is
And
it to
it's
be more?
still,
How are you going to stay social? How are you going to, the if you were in a career or a business that took up a lot of your time, now the question is, what are you going to do with that time? Mark
right. So
has a comment
be,
too.
be so having something to do,
Mm-hmm.
because we are not created to just sit here. I can't just sit here and be at the, I have to have something that I'm moving toward, if that makes sense. Every day that you get up, there's a GPS, right, on your car. You put in a destination. You can get in and just sit in the car.
Mm-hmm.
You can turn the car on, but where are you going with the car? It's the same for us. Where
Well,
are we going? Go ahead.
I think we have to think about what do we want. This is so
Yeah,
important because it's been so long. If you've been in the workplace for 30 years, 40 years, whatever, 20 years, whatever. The question is, I can, what do I want to do with my time? Mark is here to, with,
He, he says, for most, a job should be a means and not an end.
mhm.
Confusing the two is a recipe for misery and dissatisfaction. Your job cannot always be your passion, but it should be paying for it.
Okay. And then Janice says, I know what I want. I do not want to work anymore. Okay. That's good. That's not,
Right.
that,
And, and I understand that working anymore, but even if you're not working, you're doing something. You're painting if that's
yes.
what you wanted to
Are you
do.
focusing on your well being? Are you getting
Correct.
more financially savvy? Do you have a routine? I think this is really important too. You know, when you wake up in the morning, what is it going to be now? Is it going to be, oh, I can take that extra 15 minutes and sleep, or I want to sit here and read or look out the window, whatever the plan is. All we're saying is have a
Have a
plan.
plan. There should be a plan. It should
Mhm.
life should there is a plan.
Yes.
It can't just be I'm just going to I remember seeing a car one day that was parked. It was just parked.
Hmm.
And then after a few weeks, you saw growth. You saw the grass growing up around the wheels. And then after that, the the
Fear.
grass was beginning to creep up across the top of the car. And then about 6 months later, you couldn't see the car
Mm.
because the weeds and the grass and everything had grown up on it because the car did not move. It was sitting there. And that was like, if we lay down on the ground and just laid there and did nothing, just lay there, it's going to happen the same way. The grass and other stuff is going to creep up and cover us over, and we will just be laying there. We have got to be moving.
So we got some
Uh,
comments.
yes. Um, we have, and let's go with Mark. He
Yes, let's
says,
start there and
this
work our way.
conversation becomes more pertinent now than ever. Society will be forced to adjust the lens of retirement since there will be too many retirement age without the means to stop earning.
Mm. Hmm.
And then Janice says, my gift is hospitality. I will always be busy. I love to garden. I will not be bored. Okay.
However, her husband,
Doesn't want to ever retire. He will always still have clients and do bookkeeping. And that's what he wants to do. See, he's
exactly.
fulfilling his passion and he's helping people along the way. He enjoys doing that. He likes serving his clients. So technically, who said that you had to stop doing that?
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Yes.
Uh, there's people well into however they can still get around who are still doing the things they want to do. And Mark said it best. What do you want to do?
Mm. Mhm, mhm.
You get a choice.
Well, here's a list of maybe several things. Let's see. But what's important, you need to establish a routine, whatever it's going to be, and you get to decide what's in the routine. The
Hmm.
routine is, I'm going out in the backyard for 30 minutes a day and just watch the sunrise or watch the sunset or just watch the birds, whatever it is. Watch the fruit on my fruit trees grow, water my plants. But how I'm always saying is that keep moving, exercising, um, fertilizing yourself with good books, whatever it is that you desire to do. Be proactive about it. Explore. You may want to explore the world. Join a travel group. There are travel groups for all kinds of individuals, singles, seniors, uh, married women, women who want to see the world in heels. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because there's a group called Pumps and Passports. You know, you know. So you can find your niche. You may even be thinking about relocating. A lot of people have gone back to take the family homes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so we've got comments here. She says her husband, this is Janice, her husband loves what he does and will travel, m- and we will travel more. That is important to him. He wants to travel. Okay, good. And she says, we're both at retirement age right now, but we can't retire because we just bought a house and need to have income for another 15 years. Well, I say Airbnb that bad boy and go travel. See,
Yeah. See, there's the thing is, who said the retirement age was 65?
well, Social
Number.
Security, I see what they're saying. They were probably waiting
Okay,
for things
but
to kick in.
yeah, but who set the number? Who said that we had to stick to that number?
Hmm. Well, the thing is,
Um,
I think we also don't have to be trapped by our material surroundings because there's so many things you can do with that. You can rent out the driveway, you can rent out the yard, you can rent out the
and
pool,
you
rent
can
out the house
reallocate the
while you're
use of
doing what
things.
you love to do. Hmm.
Right. And because we repurposing, things do not have to be the way they were because it was a tradition of what it used to be. We can change that now. Um,
Mark has a really
Mark,
important point because I witnessed this. He
he says
says,
this converse. Don't you want to read it?
go ahead.
This conversation is of vital importance to men who too often traditionally confuse their identity with their vocation. After retirement, many become ill or die because they have lost their purpose.
Now, I witnessed this. I bought a car from an individual, and he had retired from the school system. He was a janitor. And we came back to thank him because the car was just so great. And he had been using it to commute back and forth to work. And now he, was just going to settle in and he wasn't planning on using it. And he got a new car. At any rate, when we went back to thank him, like about maybe uh, a month or so later, he had actually died. And the man was in perfect health. I couldn't see anything visibly wrong with him. Maybe he had some other condition. But I agree, when purpose is absent, people often lose their zest for,
Because
for living.
there's no, I'm going to say this, and
Mhm.
y'all can take it like, if you don't have a purpose, why be on the planet?
It's hard
It,
to fight to stay.
exactly. And when people have no purpose, they oftentimes they just like, oh, well, I'm ready to go. I'm out.
Hmm. So here's Janice says, it's not the number as much as health and what you can physically do. True. And
Correct.
many of us are in great health right now.
Right. Because we've been taking better care of ourselves.
Mhm. And
And
she
then
agrees with
Mark,
Mark. Yes.
she agrees with Mark. And
Hmm.
Mark says, as a species, we are meant to evolve. Rather than focusing on the obstacles, consider the opportunities. Reinvention is not a punishment, it is a gift that rejuvenates your soul.
Hmm.
So, moving forward, uh, new chapters, new
Hmm.
ways of doing things. And Terry and I want to encourage today is have a plan for the next chapter.
Hmm.
And then Mark says, and if you are unclear about your purpose, there are people like him
Hmm.
who can help you uncover it,
There you go.
because everybody was put on this planet for a purpose. How and have you served your purpose? Some people are still just figuring it out, not knowing, why am I really here? But
Mm.
then once you figure out why you're really here, you can move from event to event, from uh, and again, from job, it could be from a job or a career or
Mhm.
vocation or business, and you can change. It's like, okay, I don't want to do this business anymore, let's do this one, as long as
Absolutely.
it's in line with your purpose.
So, a few things you can do when you're considering refirement is you can study your family history, grow your own food. You might want to work part time, uh, declutter your home, become a tour guide,
Mm.
redecorate your space. Hmm. Find some kind of activity that you can do, like bike riding or walking or something you can do solo, painting, some kind of craft. But keep an open mind, live in the moment, and find your purpose.
I think that is the main thing. Finding your purpose
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
is the
mm-hmm.
key. And it doesn't matter what age that is, you need to know what your purpose is at this, whatever stage you're in, because it's not like Genesis, it's not the number. Um, Mark has another comment. He says, if you are still here, you may be in process, but you have not completely served your purpose. You may not have one calling, you may have several. If you're paying attention, your life will tell you.
Okay, Janice says her
It,
doorbell rang. So she missed a little bit. Okay, yes, we're
so,
just, go ahead, Fran.
so I was just saying, so when Mark says, if you're still here, you may be in process.
Mhm.
But you have not completely served your purpose. You may not have one calling, you can have several. If you're paying attention, your life will tell you.
Yes, and he,
And
go ahead. I was going to recap.
which means that the US government or any other government can say you are at retirement age. You have to stop right here, and that is all you get to do. You know what I mean? They don't get to decide how, if I retire or how I retire. They don't get to
Mhm.
decide that. They can tell me what they're going to do. For a person like me in this age bracket or in this capacity, they may give me a certain dollar figure or whatever, but that doesn't dictate my calling or my purpose.
There you go. So keep in
This was a
mind.
pretty interesting conversation because I think we need you doing you.
Exactly. I was about to say, we all have individual life plans
Correct.
because we all have different things that we enjoy or want to focus on. It's okay. It reminds me of when I was a school teacher, we used to do individual education plans, IEPs. So now you can do an individual life plan, ILP.
Hmm. What is your life plan? I'd like that because it now takes it out of the hands of someone else
Hmm. Hmm.
and is in my hands. And retirement is, it's not a, okay, it is not a, it's not an action word. It's not. Retirement is like, okay, I stopped doing one thing and I need to do something else. I
Yes,
cannot just completely stop doing
life.
everything.
Don't
I
stop doing life.
cannot stop doing life. You cannot retire from life. I think that sums it up, Terry. We cannot retire from life.
So the question is, what is your ILP? Individual life plan.
life plan. And what's your next, and it could be what's your next life plan. It's your individual life, and it's a plan that you've set, but everybody needs to have their own ILP, and the teacher can't set it up for you.
Mm-mm. And you need to revisit it. Every year we would go in and um, do an IEP for the student every semester, make sure that they're on track. So, when you do your individual life plan, it's not set in stone, folks. It is there just to let you formulate, okay, this is what I did. Now, this is what I still want to do.
It's a roadmap. This is what we were talking about with the
Mhm.
GPS. There has to be a destination plugged into the GPS, and it's
I
a
love the
roadmap.
I love what Janice said here. Retirement means a new, freer, happier time that is mine to discover. Oh my
Yes.
God. Excellent wording, Janice. I love it.
And then Mark says it's a different conversation, but it
Hmm.
is fascinating how this topic must be framed differently for men and women.
Hmm.
Because guys, you're like Mark said, guys, uh, they're like they were all wrapped up in their whole work thing, and they were
That's where
working to
identity
put
came
bread on the
from.
table and do that. And now that they're no longer doing that, they're feeling like I don't have a purpose. Their purpose was to provide for the family, but the family is grown and gone. They have to find a new purpose. They have to find a new ILP.
Mhm.
Men and women need to have an ILP.
And it needs to be constantly developing.
Mhm. If you
Oh my
don't like the
goodness.
way one, if you don't like the direction that it's going, what is it? Recalibrating,
Hmm.
recalibrating. Take a different course.
Hmm. 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 So
So,
and all of that is at your disposal. And I love this, Janet. It's yours to discover. And I think Mark said that when we started this conversation, that it's a gift that allows you to explore. He says, my work is less arduous with women. With men, I have to go to the back, go in the back door. Laugh out loud. Yeah.
right.
Hmm.
Um, Janice says, though, for the women, some things don't change. Most of it actually, we are still cooking, cleaning, and taking care of others.
Yes.
That's why we're going back to find out what is yours to discover.
Hmm.
Like, okay, my daughter, she's in Ireland today. She's doing her ILP. Her husband does his ILP, and it has nothing to do with the regular trajectory that society from the back in the day had, where
Hmm.
you go to work, you wash clothes, you they do all of this stuff together to stay on track with their ILP. They work together. Okay, so you're going to go do this. Okay, I'll do this. And it's a happy medium. It's not, well, you have to be here and clean the house and you have to take care of the kids. It wasn't like that. And Facebook user says, I am a newly retiree and I love hearing the suggestions about retirement. Thank
Great.
you. Please tell us your name.
Now, I think that one of the things that you need to do when you're getting ready to make that shift from what you normally have done for a living into another phase of life, make a list of what you love to do. Then figure out a way if you need money to monetize it, if you want to just volunteer, find a space where you can do what you love to do in that
Oh, hey,
space.
Pat.
Hi, Pat. How are you? Mhm.
So, yeah, so having a plan for the next chapter is so
Mhm.
important. That's what Terry's is talking about. The ILP, your individual life plan. What do I want to do next? What do I want to do? Not what do I have to do for the family, for the da, da, da.
Mhm.
What do I want to do?
Mhm.
Actually, everybody should be asking, what do you want to do? Everybody should
Mhm.
be able to answer that. What do I want to do? And then wrap your income earning around what you want to do.
Exactly.
Mark said, for me, it's a strategic life plan, ensuring that all of the pieces of your life are fitting together in harmony to fulfill your vision.
There you go.
Well, this is a good conversation. So we just want to say thank you for being on this ride with us today about refirement. You
Mhm.
you can do this. It's I think it's a next chapter or fulfilling chapters and moving forward. What it uh, it's yours to discover, as Janice
Mhm.
said. And Mark says, and do not fall victim to the greatest lie that we tell. I don't know.
Mhm.
When people ask you what you want, well, I don't know.
Then you need to get still. Don't keep doing stuff you know you don't want to do just because
Exactly.
there's a void. It's okay to have a pregnant pause. Okay.
And and Mark said, if you know what you don't want, at some level, you know what you want.
Mhm.
I don't want to be driving these kids all over town. I don't want to be picking people up. I don't want to do this. If you know what you don't want, what you want begins to emerge. So today, Terry and I, we're going to be doing First Mondays at Seasons 52 here in Sacramento, California. If you are available to please join us in on that. Uh, and Mark is saying if you're stuck, come to him. He'll exercise it out. He'll work with you to figure out
Mhm.
how to get out of you what it is that you want to be doing. So you can reach out to Mark. We have other professionals here in the building. We have Janice Jordan who will help you with your bookkeeping and things of that nature. We have up, and I need all of you all to tell us what it is that you do so we can shout you out. This is First Mondays, and we want to let people know about what it is you do. So if you can put that in the chat, it would be great. Put it in the chat what it is that you do, um, and we'll talk about that. You definitely need to be working on your individual life plan. I
Mhm.
love it. What is your individual life plan? If you need help, I do real estate, as Terry said, and Terry does California cover ups. And she also can talk to you about how to retire well. She doesn't talk about that a lot, but she has some skills in how to retire well, especially if you work with the state of California.
Yes.
And people can help you do things, and that's why we're here. So it's First Monday. We want to say thank you. It's also a holiday here in
Mhm.
the United States, and
It's
we're to,
Independence Day. So
tomorrow. Oh, what independent?
which
Your
works well
individual
with
life.
refiring. Yeah.
Yes, and so it's independence. You have been set free from the tyranny
Work.
of doing what you don't want to do.
Mhm.
We're giving you permission to do what you want to do. You do not have to do what you don't want to do. Not in this economy, not in this time in life. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, so Janice says we can help with the financial plan for retirement. I can what did she say? I can connect you with coaches that will help that will work with you, and I can help with some healthy ideas to enjoy your health. Great.
Okay. And then Mark is a life strategist,
Strategist.
and he helps you discover your idea of success.
Hmm.
And see, sometimes we need to discover that. What is success to me? What does success look like to me? And how you can achieve that. So, Mark, I'm sure you're going to put that in there. And you can just go to Ask Mark Ward. You can follow Janice, Janice Jordan, and ask questions. I believe Dr. Tachi was in here, and she
Yes,
will
she was.
help you. She does all things media, and she can
Hmm.
help you with that. Now, here at BizChicks, we will help you if you need some help with your tech, getting your websites and things of that together, or your social media platforms, because TJ is in the house. We'll be talking to her on Tuesdays. Um, you got help in this community. So we want to say thank you for taking the time to be with us here today. We will be back. TJ will be back next Tuesday because it's a holiday. Um, you can become a part of the Biz Chicks community. Just go into bizchicks.net and join in. And if you want to join us tonight, you can go to Eventbrite and
Hmm.
go to Biz Chicks and just look for Biz Chicks First Monday, or just come on out to Seasons 52 at 1689 Arden Way in Sacramento at the Arden Fair Mall, and just come on in. We'll be there at 5:30, and we'll have a few things to chit chat about, and some networking tips. Janice, if you could join us, it would be great. So you can talk to us about financial plans and that type of thing. We love to see you out. We thank you for tuning into today's program,
Thank you, Mark. Hmm.
and we look forward to helping. Oh, text Biz to 33777 to get more information about Biz Chicks and to become a part of this community. It costs you nothing to do so, and we don't spam. So um, come on in and join us. We'd like to share expertise with you. And with that, we want to say thank you for giving us an opportunity to take the hassle out of your hustle.
Out of your hustle,
So
guys.
that you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. And we will see you next time, if not tonight.
Okay. Janice, we'd love to talk to you too. Give us a ring. All right. See you later, guys. Have a great day. Enjoy the holiday. Bye bye, everyone.